Uh, this is the recent release of all this, yeah?
This is, but the viewers at home cannot see what it is right now, so let me
Oh, yeah.
turn that on. There we go. Good evening, it is 8:34 p.m. Wyatt might need to press start, or perhaps move the cursor somehow.
It says please hold because the input is disabled, but I appear to be able to
Offline guest
have
player
input
has
anyway.
joined, so yeah.
Okay. I have a pop-up in the middle of my screen from Steam right now.
Can you get rid of it?
It's from you. It says the host is busy.
I'm not busy.
Well, oh, there it's gone.
Alright, cool.
It's gone,
no
yeah.
one's busy. Everything's fine.
Oh boy.
Go ahead.
I picked 3 guys or what?
Yeah, 3 whole guys.
Okay.
You have first pick, because I don't know if you've even played this before.
I have not.
You're getting our
Hey, there's like types that I can pick.
This is,
I'm making a little cheeky reference.
That was a very cheeky reference. There's a Hulk. Yeah, there he is. He looks like
Oh yeah.
Peter David era. I don't remember who the artist is. It's on me.
He's not my favorite. I'll tell you that.
Brown pants Hulk with the trendy haircut, with the life out haircut.
Did they get Jean Valjean in this game or what?
Nah, he was only in the first one.
Oh, I see.
I think I'm bringing him back for Tankoban. Was it called? the Arc System one. The joke's already flopped.
Yeah. Sure.
Who else was in this season that we just finished? Speaking of, we're supposed to be talking about the season that we just finished.
We had Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange was in there.
He ain't in this game. He's in the 3rd game.
Strider was part of this season.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Strider hear you? I must have forgotten. Did he attack Spider-Man at some point?
Yeah, basically. We'll pretend that the 3 guys with the kendo sticks in the 70s series was Strider. Strider clones.
And Jill Valentine.
And yeah, Jill Valentine. She was in... So it's the end of the season.
We did it. We're really testing our might as to whether we can play a fighting game and talk. But I got great with the genes.
I have the built-in excuse of, oh no, it's latency, you know?
Latency, and you've never played this before.
And I've never played this before. Oh, what the fuck are you doing?
We're not playing on turbo mode, which is why it's so slow either. Yeah.
Okay. I'm a Mortal Kombat guy. I don't really know what the input schema is here.
You don't know how good games work. I think it's just all the face buttons, and then your right bumper and trigger will do your assist moves. And then you've got combos down.
Yeah, I know about combos.
And Spider-Man is dead.
Why am I green?
Captain for a different country. I'm gonna go with Italy, but I suppose like the red and the white and the green are not white Italy.
Why are you just turtling, you bastard?
It's a fighting game. What do you mean turtling? You gotta wait for your opening.
That's the turtling. Yeah, my opening is pounding you in the fucking head until you die.
For our season. We need to talk about our season that we just finished.
Yeah. So what do we do? 6 episodes?
5, I think. We don't even
know. Is that right?
This is the 6th episode, technically.
Got it. Yeah. I mean, technically, we had another episode that we abandoned.
We did.
Because we didn't like it.
Which one was that? Let them know.
Well, yeah. Let's be relevant now since I'm playing as Captain America. That was the 1944 Republic serial film.
And that's what we did to it.
That's what we did to him.
Why did we kick it right in the face? You remember?
It's really boring, and we didn't have a very good conversation about it because it was not very well documented with its production. It was not super well acquainted with the comics that it was based on as well. Like, just for many ways, it was a major failure on a production level, but also on our critique level, I would say. But that episode, maybe we'll see some kind of release eventually.
We might revisit it one day when we're older men who appreciate the slow and steady pace of a weird serial.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of there. Like, it was alright. The action was fun.
I didn't hate watching it, yeah.
But, overall, very much a product of its time. I can't imagine having to go to the cinema weekly just to see... just to see that. Like, I wouldn't have gone if I was in the war. Does it come back down at any point, or did you just throw it up there?
I don't know. It just goes.
Oh, shit. I'm choking right now on this, apparently. There we go. Put myself back.
I did pretty good for heavy latency, first time playing, and trying to have a conversation at the same time. I think. It's not great out here. I'm playing MVC2 as like a turn-based strategy game.
That's why we need to play it on not turbo mode. We just both pick at the same time this time. Fuck it. At our intro.
Mega Man. I like Mega Man. Projectile type, duh.
I forget War Machine is in this, because War Machine was big, I guess, in 2000, 2000 when this came out. Turn of the millennium.
Yeah. Because of the war, probably.
Because of the real-life War Machine that was brewing in the U.S. And Zangief. We also could have watched Spidey Super Stories. Spider-Man.
Yes, the segment for the Electric Company.
Yeah, where he does math.
I might check those out at some point, but yeah, it's
It lives as like a technicality where it's technically the first live-action Marvel TV appearance. But it's really not much to do with Marvel, which is why we skipped that one. Because it's just the character doing Sesame Street type stuff.
Yeah. Fuck off, fucking squid.
He's not Shumagorath in the comics, is he? There's a whole thing, like a rights thing.
Maybe.
Where Shumagorath is like licensed to, I want to say Dungeons and Dragons, maybe. Licensing is fun.
I think Shumagorath is like legally distinct from whatever you're alluding to. Oh, this guy's big.
Yeah,
Holy
Blackheart. Blackheart is Wes Bentley in Ghost Rider, I think. Is that the
I
same
believe
guy?
so, yeah. I think so. He is Mephisto's son.
What a miscasting. This guy looks nothing like Wes Bentley.
Yeah, they should have drawn it better.
Stop that. Behave yourself.
No.
In super moves. I genuinely don't remember how to do supers in this one. I play Third Strike. I don't play MVC much. That's my excuse. I say that I'm now gonna
that's what I'm hearing.
biff Zangief.
I'm lagging out.
Sure you are. When I start hitting you, you start lagging out is how it works.
You're getting your hits in because I can't respond to them, Joel.
But the season, I think it went well, right? We didn't completely
I think
biff
so,
it.
yeah. I'm happy with how it turned out. I definitely have notes for the future, but mostly on our production end. I think like the final episodes have come out quite nicely.
We had fun. Apart from copyright claims, we had fun.
Yeah. That's the hell anyone in this field faces, I guess.
I think it took a lot of naivety to assume on our part that we would get off lightly. We did not get off lightly at all with copyright.
No. I mean, well, we were set up for failure because the Amazing Spider-Man, the debut episode, was so smooth and so easy. Like,
it was
but part of that is because that episode, that show's never been released, so there's like less of a claim on its copyright. I think that's my guess. Like nobody cares.
Yeah. I mean, I figured no
and then
one
basically
would care about
every
Doctor Strange though, but Doctor Strange got hit the hardest out of all of them.
Doctor Strange really got. yeah, it's tough.
Who cares about?
So I'm not super happy. Yeah, I'm not super pleased with how what form a lot of the episodes are in on YouTube, but I am glad that we have the Internet Archive versions in order to mediate those compromises we had to make.
People know about those though, because they're not.
That's why I'd like to bring them up right now. They're linked in the descriptions on things, and we should, in future recordings, reference hey, if this looks like crap on YouTube, check us out on the Internet Archive instead.
And we'll put it in the description of this one as well.
Yeah. I like this guy.
Yeah, he's original to this game, I believe. A Mingle.
Oh, fun.
There's in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which we will play one day. There's a stage based on Days of Future Past. The cover where they're in front of the poster where it has all the pictures of the X-Men that say captured, deceased, captured.
Yeah.
I believe a Mingo.
Did they get a Mingo?
Poster. I believe he might be missing.
They got him? Dead. No! No! Not a Mingo.
The other two original characters are on that poster as well, because they're not in the third game. The pirate woman and the one that's like the Monkey King. I don't remember their
It's a
names.
cute way of acknowledging your history, even though they shouldn't have got a Mingo.
You're gonna win this one, apparently. Need to lock in. I don't need to lock in. I gotta chill out is what I gotta do. Stop that.
That's my move.
This is beloved Cable. Everybody loves Cable. Kind of a boring asshole. You brought out Anna Karis for this?
I have no idea who any of these people are.
Anna Karis is from Darkstalkers. Darkstalkers and Darksiders get mixed up in my mind.
You could say anything and I'd believe you.
Is he Thanos coming just straight up pose for the camera? I'm falling for that one. if we had an excuse...
Getting mocked by Thanos right now? It's crazy.
If we had an excuse to play Darkstalkers, we would instantly. But it's really even less to do with Marvel than this is, so...
I mean, isn't the main lady from Darkstalkers Spider-Man's girlfriend, or that's what the memes would have me believe at least?
That is, yeah. Because they refuse to make Darkstalkers games, so the community have gotten a little bit crazy. I can't believe the power of the American military is enough to defeat Thanos.
Yeah.
That's what the films were about as well, I think.
Kinda, yeah.
You got this one.
Danger. Danger!
I just gotta wake up. I just gotta lock in. Gotta stop logging. Thank God. Yeah. Nice.
I got him.
You just sent me to hyperspace.
Let the record show.
So, this era of Marvel that we've covered, technically like the 70s television era.
Yeah, it's all specifically like the products of the deal that Marvel struck with like Universal at the time. Yeah.
Our enemies, NBC Universal.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's why it's like kind of fitting that we cut out the Republic serial, because like that is, even though that was like really the first thing, and if we're going like chronologically, like was an important stepping stone, it is not part of the production era.
Yeah.
That the rest of the season is focused on. And we are already cheating that anyway. I'll allude a little bit to what we're doing next season. It is things that did come out before what we have already covered now.
Yeah, but we wanted to open into any more strong and memorably.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think the live action stuff, especially Hulk, has a lot of cultural presence nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing in particular next season, I think, that has like a lot of play that is comparable to the Incredible Hulk today, but is much more on like a ironic level. That's fucked up that your character's this small, by the way.
I'm playing Odd Job.
Yeah, this is bullshit. Ugh. There we go.
I know, just serve you dinner. Servbot is a bit of a joke character, but
I mean,
he's also
I like Mega Man
very
Legends as much as the next person, but yeah.
I don't juggle
faster. Oh.
For a way we can fit Mortal Kombat into the following seasons at all, because we should.
Not in a Marvel season, but when we get to DC, that is a very easy task.
We could just play it as a horror game in October, I guess. It is horror adjacent.
Some of them more than others, especially like Mortal Kombat X, I would say, where they did like a bunch of slashers in the DLC.
I think I might have them as well, so we'll be even more in.
Yeah, I have it as well.
This era of Marvel that we've established, as I was going to ask you, what did it do for Marvel's social cachet?
I mean, as mentioned, like the Incredible Hulk really like took up a life of its own.
Yeah.
But oh god, so big. For the most part, nothing else from this period caught on. I mean, we talked about that kind of ad nauseum of like, you know, Doctor Strange and Captain America were all failed pilots. Toei Spider-Man, of course, has like some, at least here in the West, some pop cultural relevancy, but that is largely because it wasn't released out here until 2003. So people didn't know about it until like the early internet age, at which point it was like a great candidate to become like a early meme. So in a lot of ways, I think if it had been released out here sooner, maybe it wouldn't be as relevant to Western audiences. Like if it had come out in the 70s as it did in Japan. But yeah, I think those are easily like the two winners of this season in terms of being like impactful adaptations of their characters. Did I win? How did that happen?
You've won the last two. This one's for all the Marvels. This is the deciding who's really the best for this season.
Alright, I gotta get my mains then.
I gotta get my main. You thought Juggernaut was big, wait till you see Sentinel, dude.
Oh yeah?
Sentinel's fucking humongous. We're going all Marvel all the time. Bring Colossus.
All the Marvels.
This is big. Picked Wolverine, yeah. I'll counter pick. I'll comic book story counter pick. Good lineup. All the popular ones.
Yeah.
And Colossus.
Yeah, get the big ones. Ooh, he's blue. That's not as big as I was expecting. Are you sure you want this guy for this matchup?
They didn't do anything like that. Would have been cool, but it would have been really unbalanced if like metal dudes just lost instantly to Magneto. You would have beat Servbot at least.
As an indie developer, like I want to explore like broken mechanics more that are like thematically interesting.
You were saying about me losing.
I don't like that punch you do.
Do you like my little breakdance move? Jeez.
Get some berserker rage going in here.
But this was definitely oh my god. This was definitely
I need this Sentinel going.
An era for Marvel that was beneficial to their continued success, despite the bankruptcy that would come 30 years later. I do think this brought Marvel a little more into the mainstream public knowledge rather than just comic book fame.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that becomes clear as you read like histories of Marvel or biographies of Stan Lee in specific is the way that the way that Stan like hated being a comic writer and really just wanted to like bump elbows with people out in Hollywood or people in like more respectable fields than comics.
Yeah.
And I think this is like a lot of the frustrations that he mentions about these early productions, I think, portray those feelings in a big way. Like the fact that like Spider-Man was not a big success in TV the way that it was in the comics, I think clearly was him being like, well, that's like my guy, and I really thought that would bring me some respect. And nobody is watching the show, so I'm going to be mad about the show and say that they did a bad job when it's a fine show. Yeah. It's a very fine show. It was canceled for reasons I think outside of its quality primarily. Why am I a little bit yellow? This is AI generated Iceman.
Is the yellow snow ice man?
Oh, piss man. So yeah, I forget what we were even talking about really, but like yeah, it's
in the 70s.
Sure, yeah. But like the 70s were like Stan Lee trying to like make an effort to go respectable, I would say.
Yeah. One thing we probably should mention that we didn't mention is that this season had a title that we tried to plug as many times as possible, Original Sin.
Right.
All titles chosen by Wyatt. I'm not taking credit for any of them.
Yeah, Original Sin, Early Marvel on the Small Screen is the full Christian name of our first season.
Based on the comic Original Sin, which is it's an alright series. It's a good setup and a weak payoff, but you know what can you ask for with 70 different writers making one story?
But, caught you in my bubble.
But I'm assuming you settled on Original Sin more for the original part and not for the sin part.
I mean, yeah, like I don't know. It's interesting. Something we talked about in the Cut Captain America episode was that I felt like that production in particular established a ongoing theme of Marvel not having a lot of direct control over its adaptations.
Yeah.
And that's something that is relitigated a little bit by Stan in particular, like as these other series went on, like his frustrations with Spider-Man being changed and pushing back against changes that like were going to come in with Hulk, and some of those I think he was right to push back on. Others were like fine, but yeah, like there is like, if you look at Marvel as like in terms of narrative, like the inciting incident is that Captain America serial and the way that it totally distanced itself from any of the key components of the character from the comics, other than just the visual aspects.
Yeah.
And so that's why that was a good episode, and that I think that episode in particular hit the theme of the Original Sin in a way, because I think this narrative like through line of Marvel being frustrated with their adaptations will eventually culminate in Marvel Studios being, for a time, like the most successful independent movie production house until it was bought by Disney.
And yeah, blame the editors for the thematic incohesiveness. The editors who cut the first episode.
I'm just saying, like, it's still there, but like that was kind of the mentality with the title, was that we were addressing this original sin, I guess, of what would eventually cause Marvel Studios to be established and then cause Marvel to be the juggernaut that it eventually was in the early 2000s and through to the 10s, and then eventually kind of flopping on its face in its current form as we're recording this and producing this show.
I don't remember. There's an infinite combo for Iron Man in this game. I don't remember what it is. It's like light punch, heavy punch, medium punch, heavy kick, something like that. Fucking absolutely decked me. Shut you down instantly. I brought both of the Iron Men with me for this one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I thought it would
Who
be
the fuck
cute.
is that lady?
Oh, that's Spiral from the Book of Soul. Can you remember her? She was the revealed villain of the film.
Can't read, so no. Why do you think we're doing a comics podcast?
Why do you think we're only talking about the movies?
Yeah.
We've had Comic Corner.
Oh my god!
I've enjoyed reading the comics for Comic Corner.
Yeah.
Difficult to fit into a video. Not very visually interesting, that Comics Corner.
Yeah. Once again, like while we're plugging the Internet Archive in this, in those versions of videos, maybe we should also plug the audio versions of the show.
Yeah, in the description
which are
of every
all
video.
Yeah, in the description of every video, but they're also longer than any of the video versions that you would be seeing anywhere else.
Longer, and we talk more, which could be a downside. And also we have Comic Corner, so... And some of the fun facts get cut sometimes, so... If you wanted more fun facts and couldn't be bothered to open IMDb, you can go there.
Sometimes the cuts are for, the benefit of the video at large. Sometimes they're because I'm tired and I don't want to edit anymore.
Mr. Tired, who doesn't want to edit anymore.
That's me.
Stop putting footballs down on the field just
Leave me alone.
British.
Leave me alone.
Kick you right in the face.
Stop it. I'm just a girl.
Hurry up. It took a second to actually connect. I don't know who Spiral is at all. I think she's in X-Men somewhere, maybe.
Okay.
Like Spiral and Omega Red. I just don't know.
She's got like a little bit of Mr. Fantastic, a little Lady Deathstrike, and a little
Silver Samurai
mutant Spider-Man. Yeah.
How many more do you want to do? Because there's no way you can overtake me at this point.
That's what you think. We're gonna head back to All Reliable here. And you know what? Silver Samurai, since you mentioned it.
We can make this last one, and this can be for all the Marvels.
What more do we have to say?
Not much. I mean, that's the season in a nutshell. It was a good time. Marvel still on the rise, not quite dead yet. We're trying to find the exact point when it died.
Yeah.
And it's not yet. And it won't be for a while, to be honest. But when does it start living as well is a question, and I don't think... As much as the Hulk was a success, I don't think any of these seasons really took Marvel to the top of the food chain.
I mean, like, historically, within the mainstream, the two most popular Marvel characters are Spider-Man and the Hulk.
Yeah.
And I don't think that paradigm ever shifts until the 80s, when Chris Claremont gets onto X-Men and really reinvigorates that whole like corner of the Marvel universe. So I would say those comics getting adapted in the 90s is probably when Marvel becomes a mainstream juggernaut in a significant way, like a pop cultural force that potentially could rival Disney.
Much as we hate to have to give it to the 90s.
Yeah. Not the 90s comics, the 90s adaptations in terms of mainstream appeal. That's what we're talking about specifically here.
The cartoons. I feel like we're telling our age with us being like, yeah, the 90s cartoons were where Marvel really took off.
No, I'm like, that's how I got into it. So there is a bias there, but like, just like in my historical research, like that's just what I have to say about it. Like, I think that's the thing. Yeah. I don't think like as nearly to the same degree, kids were not getting into comics from productions prior to that. Like people who watched the Hulk show and loved it were not going to their local comic shop to read Hulk comics for the most part. It was good television, but in a lot of ways not representative of the comic, and therefore like I don't think there was a lot of turnover.
Maybe it was like too mature or something.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Out with
my defense of. Give me a keys.
And I think definitely cartoons help to get kids to buy comic books.
Right.
more than
For sure.
a serious character drama would.
Yeah. And like also into the 80s too, we have the Reagan administration loosening the marketing to children rules a bit. That's how you get G.I. Joe and Transformers and stuff, but like that's impactful for Marvel as well, of course.
I'm excited to get to that 80s stuff because it's
into it a little.
The big explosion of American pop culture is the 80s. But as you said, like 90s is where it took off, so I'm really wondering how Marvel completely dropped the ball for the 80s.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll get there, but
we'll get there. We'll get there in the near future. Not just yet.
A little bit
soon.
Next season, and definitely the one after.
But yeah, what?
It just goes back to menu. Cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll be getting into more interesting games in like the off time of each week as well, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Because we've had such ass games so far.
Yeah.
But
yeah. What I don't know, should we like reveal the title for next season? Would that be cool?
Yeah. The title doesn't give away too much, but the title is good, so go ahead.
Yeah, season 2, the Great Marvel Post-Mortem Contest of Champions, the start of Marvel animation.
If I was a smarter man, I would have got up the poster. The poster don't exist.
No poster yet.
Soon to come,
you'll see the poster.
The Contest of Champions.
Yeah.
That's it for this season, I guess. Which is bizarre, but
that's our post-mortem.
Yes, I'll see you next time, and not a single moment in between.
No.
We will never talk again after this.
Oh, I'm so ready to have a break from you, Joel.
Want to hit our famous closing line that we copyrighted, because it's ours now?
Good night, and good luck.